You gotta get into the groove.
Hey everyone, Peter Moinoro here again for another Groove Asia Leaders Unite session, GLU for short. Good to be here. I am coming live from New Zealand, and if you're actually joining me live, just put a hashtag live into the comment box, or if you're watching the replay, put a hashtag replay. But look, I always say that if you're joining with me live, ask any questions you want. It doesn't have to be related to our session. It could be something about some of the Groove apps and all that, and I will do my best to answer them as we go through the session. And also too as well, some people might have some support questions. Now, I don't encourage support questions, but sometimes they don't even know if it is a support thing or not. And 9 times out of 10, it could be just a navigation issue or whatever. So please ask me in the comment box, or just comment in the chat box, excuse me. And I could probably identify whether it's an issue or not. And if it is an issue that you need to contact support about, I will show you in the screen where you can go to get support a lot more quicker than using the support email. All right. I was going to say hello to the people that are actually in the comment box there that are joining me. Tyra, who is supports my my sessions and moderates the comment box. So great to have you, Tyra. Thanks for being here. We have Dr. Lisa joining us from Baltimore in Maryland. We have Nancy from Canada. Great to have you here too, Nancy. And we'll probably pick up a few more other people as we go through the session. All right, so look, we're on our final part today, which is about the digital products doing a PLR or private label rights product, selling them online. And if you're lucky enough to actually have a membership for a PLR platform, whether it be PLR.me or there are others out there too as well. I've actually gone over them in the first part of these series of this particular workshop. But the one that I actually use is Entrepedia, and I'll get onto that very shortly. I find it a lot more easier, actually a lot more. There's some quality products in there as well, but I find it a lot more, I guess, customizable. I mean, you pretty much have like master rights for everything, so you can actually put yourself as the author of any of the courses or digital downloads, whatever they are. You can also change anything that's in the content. To make it, I guess, your own, or if you want to add more to it, you can add things like videos and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot that you can do with the Entrepedia platform, and that's why I like it. It gives me a lot more. It gives me a lot more versatility, if you like. All right, so Dr. Lisa is joining us. Hashtag live. Tyra has hashtag live, and so is Nancy, hashtag live. So, right, now there's been a few updates from Groove with regards to Scale Plus, and if you're not too sure what Scale Plus is, it's not exactly Groove, but it's an addition to Groove. There are some apps in there that are actually, if you're a lifetime member of Groove.cm, that you're entitled to have as well, which are pretty much part of the initial policy, if you like, right at the beginning. If you've been with Groove for a long time, there's some apps in there that have been a long time coming, and we're getting there. So there's some great changes in terms of Groove.cm as well as Scale Plus. So there's lots of changes there as well, and they're good changes. All right, let me share my screen. Hopefully everybody can see that. If you can just give me a 1 in the chat to let me know that you can see that, see my screen, that'd be great. Now, for those who are new to Groove, if you're watching this live, or if you're watching the replay, this is the new login page, if you like. This is what you're going to be looking at when you first log into Groove. For those who've been away from Groove for a wee while, and you're actually probably just joining us for the first time, this is, so if you put in groove.cm, you will probably get to this page here. Don't be worried, your login details should all still be the same. If not, if it doesn't work, just reach out to support. All right. Okay, and so when you get to this page, just sign in with your credentials. Thanks, Nancy. Can hear me. Awesome. Okay, now you can see the dashboard's all pretty much the same. However, look, I mean, there is another dashboard that you will probably see in the future. And if I come over to a new tab here, I'm just going to put a new tab here. If I put in scale.gg and, oh, sorry, Scale Plus, I should say. Scale Plus. And that would bring you to this page. So this is actually, this is the extended version, if you like, of the Groove.cm. You have the Groove.cm apps here as well. You can access their dashboard here. And so you've got all the pretty much the same apps that you should have initially. And then we have some more additional business applications in here as well. These ones here, Pipe Leads, CRM, Calendar Bug, will all, if you're a Groove.cm lifetime member, you will get these, and they don't, you won't pay any more. I think too as well for the same with Chatbaser, Bandbaser, and a few others. But if you're not too sure what this is all about, there's, if you go to the Groove.cm YouTube page and you have a look there and you look for Scale Plus webinars, you will actually see from probably about 3 days ago, or since last week actually. We're up to day 4, I think, coming up tomorrow, but it'll give you the inside scoop as to what some of these apps are, what they're going to be doing when they're rolling out, all that sort of stuff. We just had one earlier today, which was with I think John Garcia and Amanda and Ankit, I think, is one of the designers. So it was all about the courses GG. But yeah, so this is where you come to. You can you may come to here in the future rather than the other dashboard. But if you want to go back to the old dashboard, you just click on here, and it will take you back to the original dashboard that you normally are used to seeing. So okay, cool. All right, let me just close a few pages here. All right, so we're actually in here. Again, if you're new to Groove, one of the things I did mention about is the chat support up here where the lightsaber is, or the lifesaver, I should say. If you click on that, you'll get the chat bot, or the chat box down the bottom, and there, and they typically answer. So it says here typically replies in a few minutes, which is pretty much on the button. Or it might say typically replies within the hour, just depending on how busy they are, I guess. But yes, I've actually tested this many times with different things, and I can attest to the fact that they pretty much answer quite quickly, which is good. It's always good when it comes to support. Okay, let me just get my image out of the way. Actually, I'm going to put maybe I'll just. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And I'm going to get this other thing out of the way too as well. Okay. So if you weren't too sure what I was showing before, this is the chatbot down here. So if you click on here, you can actually just put in your conversation or continue conversation, whatever, start a new conversation, etc. Right, so this is all about the PLR product. So one of the things I'm going to show you right now is the place where I go to actually get my products, which is app.entrepedia.co. It's .co. And if you go there, well, actually, you may have to go to the main page. If you're not a member, or if you're not joined up with these guys, you might have to go to the main page, which I think might be just Entrepedia, just that one there. So let's just cut out the rest here. I'm going to cut out some of the URL and just go to the main page. So this is the main page. This is where you can actually sign up. They do actually have a one-off price as well. So if I can actually find it, I will. I don't know if I can. I don't know if they still have it or not. I'm not sure. Maybe you could look at it in your own time. I'm going to try and put this actually into the chat, into the comment box, see if it goes in there, and that way then if you want to click on it to go and have a look yourself, then you can. All right, can you just if you can just anyone let me know if you can see that link, because I'm not sure about these YouTube sessions when I do them live, whether the link shows up or not. So if you can see it, otherwise if you can't see it, I'm just going to show it up here. There it is there, entrepedia.co. I'll leave that up there for a sec. Okay, all right. Let's go back to my other tab. All right, so like I said before, if you're new, when you come in here, there's a couple of ways that you can get to where we need to go to. We're going to be using GrooveCart today, so you can click on here. That'll take you straight to the pay or to the app, the dashboard. I like to use the hover over the Groove icon here, and then go down to the app that I want to use. And you won't be able to see this, but I always click right, and then I open up in a new tab so that I actually don't lose my dashboard. I just actually open up the GrooveCart in a different tab. Yes, we can see. Yes, we see it. Thank you, Nancy. Awesome. Okay, the one that we're working on is the Download Hub. Now, this is a brand new store that I've been working on, and I've gone through the setup stages and all that sort of thing. Now we're actually at the last part, which is we're going to be getting a product or choosing a product from the Entrepedia site, and then we're going to be uploading it into our store. So we really want to be on this part here, which is my products. And let me just share that. And these are all just default products that we'll probably, I'm going to delete all these. So I'm just going to select that. So select all, come over to actions, and I'm just going to delete because we don't need any of these. And as you can see, it's deleting. I think I did this last week, but it may not have deleted everything. There was about 9 or 7 products that were actually in there, so it probably didn't get to the last 3. I think that we're having problems the page refreshing and repopulating at that point. Got it, Peter. Doug, YT. G'day, Doug. Gets heavier. Where are you from? Whereabouts are you from, Doug? Let us know in the chat where you're from. So, anyway, right, let's go back over to here. This is the product. So I'm going to go to back to my site here. So I'm just going to go back a couple of steps to where I was before in my library here. Now you can see here are a lot of PLR products. I'm going to reiterate what I said last week about, you know, some of the products that you can get in here. There's lots of different ones. And if you're actually looking for a particular type of product, whether it be like PDF products, courses or videos, you can simply come over here to filter by format, and you can choose which ones you want. So you've got book, you've got video, listicles, checklists, which are always good, Notion templates, mini courses, guides, audio, and prompt packs, templates, tool stacks and workbooks. So there's a few different things that you can choose from. So if I went into, say, let's just say mini course, and how many are here? We have, I'm not too sure how many products we've got here in the mini courses, but you know, there's quite a few different things in here that you can choose from. And just for example, I am going to, this is probably a good one, overcome AI resistance. So if you open that up, it'll tell you what's in there, give you an idea just how big the file is. I'm going to actually widen my screen a wee bit so that it's more of a normal size and you guys can see. Okay, awesome. New Zealand, Te Kuiti. Wow, Te Kuiti, that's not far from me. I'm in Rotorua. Okay, living and working in Sydney. Awesome to have you, Doug. Te Kuiti, wow, that's nice and close, just around the corner, really, basically. Good to have you. Are you new with Groove, or is this you're kind of just coming back into it and you've had it for a while? Let us know. All right, so we're in here. This is all about the product itself, the download. As you can see, it all comes in zip files. This one's a 3 megabyte zip file. And if you can see here, I'm on this particular plan where I am free to use the strategies in my own business, share it with my team and clients, give it away, sell it, brand it as my own, adjust it, edit everything, repurpose it into other formats. Like I said before, you can add videos and stuff like that, your own. So you can, if you sort of take the guide, if you take some of the guidelines that it's got here or the guides that it's got here, you could create videos. You could even create AI videos, like faceless videos, if you like, just by using some of the content that's actually in here to actually create those for you. Right. So that's the beauty of AI. What else we got here? Add them to your community. Claim yourself as the author. Really important. Like, you can claim yourself as being the author of these products. So pretty much you have got literally all the rights to these products, which is a really, really good thing. Some PLR products, so actually I'll probably say most, don't actually give you that kind of like authority. So, all right, so this is interesting. What your customers learn, why people resist AI and how to respond with empathy, clear ways to explain AI so it feels less confusing and more useful. I think this is pretty relative today. A lot of people are actually resistant to AI because they don't understand it and they fear that it might actually take jobs away and stuff like that, which in some cases is true, but in other cases it actually can create jobs. And some have actually forged careers out of AI when they were working just manual jobs, or they were just working a dead-end job that they didn't really like, or things like that. So, it actually has made some differences to other people's lives for the better than for the worse. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess, at the end of the day, but, I guess it's the way that you look at it. Is the glass half empty or half full? Board full, here we go. Hey, bought the full product back in 21. Okay, you come in more or less a year or so after me. Just regaining interest and enjoy your tutorials. Awesome, thanks, Doug. I appreciate that. Nice to get comments like that. Yeah, so I mean, new and interesting stuff is happening now, Doug, and you'll come back at the right time, to be quite honest. So there's a few exciting things going on, which if you go to the groove.cm YouTube site and then catch up with some of the stuff there as of recent, especially with the Scale Plus stuff, then you'll actually get an idea of what's happening and some of the most exciting stuff that's coming your way, basically, if you're a lifetime member, which by the sounds of it, you are, by the looks of it, you are. So cool. All right. So that gives you a little bit of insight as to what this product is all about. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose one of these products, not necessarily this one. I think this is a good one, though. Now, here's the other thing. If you are on Courses GG, and so if you're on a lifetime one for that and you're on Courses GG, by the way, Doug, Courses GG is an addition. It's not a free to lifetime members. This is actually a separate thing that Mike Filsame did, and so Courses GG is available as a lifetime offer as well. If you put in Courses .gg, you'll probably get to the main site, and you'll see for yourself. But Courses GG, you could utilize some of this stuff in Courses GG, create your communities, have these types of products in your courses. I think if you were watching John Garcia this morning, and he was talking about Courses GG, I think you have about like 25 in your community, and I'm not too sure how many like courses you've got to have, but it's got to be good courses, good content, relative, all that sort of stuff before it actually starts showing up in the listings. So that's Courses GG. All right, so the alternative, which I still use, and I actually, one of my clients, I've done it from one of my clients who teaches Te Reo online, which is Doug Wano. Te Reo is our Māori language here, and he uses the Groove member, and so he's still on that, and he still like has a community there where people will go and log in and get access to the course material and things like that. So, you know, it's not necessarily that you have to get Courses GG, but if you are a content creator and you're like an online coach and you do a lot of different things when it comes to online stuff, like, you know, you might teach affiliate marketing, you might be into email campaigning, all that sort of stuff. You know, Courses GG might be a good way to actually get yourself out there. It's community based, so basically you're going to be in it's a bit like school. You're in a community where there's lots of people who are looking for different courses to do, things like that, and you can do like paid courses or free courses and things, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so let's move on, because basically that's been a little bit too much time on that. All right, so I'm not necessarily going to pick this one. I'm going to head back to the library and just see what else we've got there, because I do think that's a good topic, though, that whole AI resistance thing. Okay, one of I guess there's quite a few people in here that actually know this, but one of my, probably the thing that I'm more known for is e-commerce. Been doing e-commerce since like early 2007, and I still do it. And I've done the whole Amazon thing and eBay seller, all that sort of stuff, and my own sites. I've got couple of my own sites still going as well. So I'm going to look for something that's more around e-commerce. So let me just put it in here. I'm going to put e-commerce in the search and see what's coming up, because this will probably be a good start for me because I know something about it. I've done Shopify as well. I don't do it now though. Mastery of e-commerce, e-commerce business. Let me just have a quick look at this. I want to see what this is about. So this is a book PDF. This has got videos. Now, when it's got videos, it's generally a slide. So if I come onto this one here, open that one there. Quite a big file, 501 megabytes. Let me just have a look here. Video example. It's not populating at the moment. I'm not too sure, probably because maybe I'll just refresh the page a wee bit. Okay, nothing's playing in there, but sometimes these are slides and not exactly videos, but they're done in a video format, if you like. But let's just get a little bit of a background on this particular one. That doesn't make. This video course offers your customers a complete guide to building and managing Shopify store. Okay, so this is for Shopify. For their e-commerce business, divided into 3 modules. It walks users through setting up and optimizing a Shopify account, designing a functional store, and stocking it with products, providing step-by-step instructions for launching and running it. Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Not too sure why that's not working, but I'm going to go with this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to download this product. All right. Okay. Be a sec. Just trying to find the folder that I normally put all this stuff in. Here we go. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm just downloading that now. It's still downloading, so it's going to take a wee while. So while we're going through that, while it's doing that, while it's downloading, oh, looks like it's going to take a while. All right, I have got another product that I've downloaded, which I might just use instead. Okay, so that one's going to take probably about 3/4 of an hour by the looks of it. That's what it's telling me. That's because it was a big file. So we'll just see. Anyway, let's head back to Groove. All right. So over here, I'm back at my products. So what I want to do is I actually want to create a product. So I'm going to put it. I can put brands as well, things like that. I'm going to put in a brand. All right. I'm going to stick a brand in there, and the brand's going to be basically my brand. Okay. So I think I called this the Download Hub. So I'm just going to actually add a new brand. I'm going to call this the Download Hub. I'm just for the sake of putting something in here, I'm just going to put digital downloadable PLR products. You may want to put a more descriptive description or short description. And if you get stuck, look, just what I normally do is that if I kind of don't want to think too much into this sort of stuff, really, because this is not like the most important part of the whole process, is I just take a screenshot of it and I put it into ChatGPT and I just say, help me fill out all this stuff here, help me fill out all these requirements. So you can do that as well. You can, and it just makes life easier. You can fact check it, obviously. You can change it, whatever, but it just makes the process faster. You don't really want to get bogged down trying to think about what you want to put in there. So, but in this case, all I'm going to be doing, just for demonstration purposes, all I'm going to do is I am going to just put very short descriptions. Now, the thing is in here, you can't copy and paste like you would normally. If you were using a PC, you can't right-click, copy. If you select it all and then paste, right-click, paste, you have to actually do the whole keyboard thing. So if you're working off a PC, it's Control-C, highlight that, Control-C. And then when you want to paste it in here, it's V, Control-V, if you want to paste it in there. Oh, that one actually did. So that download is actually ready. Cool. Okay, meta description, meta title. Again, you can get ChatGPT to work this all out for you. I'm just going to put the same in there. This is not a good example of what you should be putting in here, but like I said, this is just for demo purposes. Okay, let me have a look at that enable. So keywords would be like e-commerce, e-commerce course, I guess. Whoops. E-commerce, e-commerce guide, possibly. Yep, guide. I think you divide them with commas, and I'm going to put Shopify. So I'm only just putting a couple of examples in here. I'm not going to go. Yeah. So after each one, you type in, make sure it's all one word, and just put a comma, and then we'll just enter it straight away. All right. I'm just going to save all this. Now, before we actually get on to going back to the products, right? So there's our brand there. I'm just going to get rid of this one here. Don't really want this one in there. I'm just going to delete. Okay, so before we get on to the part of just, you know, doing the description of the product, what I'm going to do is I want to upload the file that I've just downloaded. Okay, so it's not in here, by the way. It's not in GrooveCard itself. So we need to head back to the dashboard. I'm just going to share the screen here. We need to head back here. We need to go to Groove Member here. We need to go to Files. And then here you can see I put one in here. I'm going to do the one that that I just did, which was the video one. So I'm going to upload a file here. I'm going to call this, what was this called? Can't remember. What was it called? E-commerce business. It was called e-commerce business. Okay. You can name it whatever you want to name it. I'm just going to do exactly the same as what it's got on the title in the PLR platform. Default category. Okay, so I've got a default category, which is e-commerce. I'm going to select the file. So head over to where I've got that file, which would be here somewhere. Okay. Video e-commerce. Open it up. Now, just because you open it up, it doesn't mean that it's uploaded straight away. You have to click on this again here, the upload file. You click on there, and then it will start uploading. Once that's uploaded and finished, what we'll do is we'll copy the URL. So we'll just wait for it to populate. Excuse me, I was having my coffee here. Any questions? Any questions about, doesn't it necessarily have to be about this particular topic? It can be about like Groove pages. It could be about Groove Mail, Groove Member, Groove Blog. What else we got there? Even some, you may have some questions about Scale Plus. I've been kind of keeping up with it. So if you want to ask some questions about that, I can see what I can do to answer them as best as I can. I'm just having a look in the chat box. If you're wondering where I'm staring, I'm just looking at the chat box. Oh, you can't see me actually. There you go. Right, so this is going to take a wee while, only because it's quite a big file. And, you know, I mean, if we do actually have problems with this, if this times out, we'll revert to the other file that I've actually already downloaded, which is a much smaller file because it's not a video. So yeah, but be interesting to see what this one how this one comes out. All right, so let me probably talk about GrooveCart a wee bit, just in general. So on GrooveCart, you can do drop shipping. You can do your own stuff in terms of like selling your own crafts or whatever you have. It could be t-shirts that you create yourself. You can use it for that, or you could use it for drop shipping, as I mentioned before, for other people's products. So like if you're drop shipping products from, let's just say, within your own country or within, like here in New Zealand, I'm drop ship, like if I drop ship products that are actually from a New Zealand supplier, then, you know, I could do that as well, you know, drop shipping within New Zealand. But at the moment, I actually just drop ship over in the States, and my products come from warehouses in the United States and delivers to people in the United States. And the reason why I do that, one is because delivery is fast, and it just makes more sense to actually drop ship within the same country as to where the products are actually being delivered from. Just a lot more quicker. You get faster traction with popularity. People come back and use you all the time, especially if they're good products as well as fast delivery. So in the past, I used to drop ship from China. We're talking in 2007, drop shipping from China to the US. But these days now, the tariffs on of products going in from China into the US are really, really high. So you want to avoid that at all costs, doing that sort of stuff. What else is there? And like we're doing today, which is the digital products for GrooveCart. I do know someone who actually set up this the GrooveCart store as a laundromat token thing. You could purchase credits if you like. It was a self-serve thing, and you can purchase credits through their GrooveCart store. But this is in Malaysia, not here in New Zealand. So there's different ways you can use this. Now, one of the things that it's not set up for, which I think they're working on anyway, and that is like pickup. So people pay online, and then they pick up in store. It's all got to do with the whole shipping, how the shipping processing is done. So they're aware of that, and it's something that they are working on. What else is there? I'm just having a look. It's kind of taking a long time. No doubt it'll upload, but if it takes too much longer, I'm going to resort to the other one that I actually have in there, and we'll give it another couple of more minutes and see what happens. I'm a little bit scared to actually change tabs. So I'm going to do it though. I'm going to change tabs. So we're going to go back to here, the library, and maybe I can just cover a few more other things that you can see here. There's a few more features. You can use their templates for book covers. So if you want a different book cover, you can use some of these templates and edit them. Product mock-ups. So if you're doing mock-ups and things like that, and you want like different cover mock-ups and all that, it's a matter of actually just obviously putting your image onto the like on the short book, on the book covers and things like that. So there's all that stuff there. It is something that you need to probably, if you're going to get right into this, really sort of school yourself up about all this sort of stuff, right? The other thing is that it does actually have special deals with other platforms, which I have mentioned in the previous sessions that we've done. And let me just get to this tab here. So you've got like deals with Notion, Make. If you haven't heard of these, that doesn't, not necessarily do you have to have them. Airtable, the Google Cloud thing, Stripe, Webflow. Webflow is actually a website builder. Typeform. So quite a few different deals that you can actually get through using Entrepedia. So they obviously have good inroads to some of these big platforms. Yeah, let's have a look at Nancy. Nancy says maybe it's already downloaded, and maybe probably refresh, I think is what she's trying to say, which we can do. Let's go back to here, because sometimes that does happen. It's one of those little anomalies that happen when it comes to Groove. So we're going to try what you just said, Nancy. I'm going to refresh it. And no, Nancy, it's not in there. It didn't end up in there. But anyway, look, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on this one here. All right, so this is the this is one that I've already downloaded in the past. It's not a video, but it is a It is too bad. I think I just need to wait a little bit longer. And sometimes when you're doing like lives, that can also impede the speed a wee bit. So we'll stick with this one here that I've already got. So I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to copy the URL. All right. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head back over to my store here. Let's go to, get that out of the way. Let's go to products. Let's go to my products. And I think this was Mastering E-commerce. I think that's what the name was. So I'm going to add a new product. Okay, so the name of the product that I chose in the end, which is already in my file, uploaded files, is Mastering E-commerce. Again, you may want to, I mean, you could literally just ask ChatGPT to do all this stuff for you. Let me have a look. Let me just, or what you can do is go back to the product and let me just share this tab. And I'll do a search actually on the Mastering E-commerce. That's what it said. No, oh, not that one. Mastering E-commerce. Okay, didn't find it. Let me just get rid of the mastering bit and just do e-commerce and see. Here we go. Mastery of e-commerce. Okay. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to grab some of the information from here. So here we go. You know, to be quite honest, a lot of this we can use. So I'm just going to grab this part here. Oh, oops. Mouse is a little bit vivacious. I'm going to grab this part here, copy that, head back over to my product here, and I am going to, I'm not going to put it in the full description, right? The next part down is what I'm going to put in the full description. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that into the, there's another one that's called like I think it's the featured description. Let me just have a look to see if I can find it. You normally have to switch it on. Yeah. Edit summary. I think that's it. There we go. So summary product description. So I'm going to, again, you've got to use the keyboard if you want to paste something in there. So I'm going to just put Control V because I'm on a Windows, and that just pastes that in there. All right. So if you're trying to do it like with your mouse, it's not going to work. You will need to do it with your keyboard shortcut, whatever you use on Apple. I'm not too sure on iOS, but on Windows it's Control V. It could be Command V on Apple. I'm not sure. All right, so because that's a short summary, it's not like a short description. That's why I put that bit in there. Now the next one I'm going to go and grab is this all this bit here. So I'm going to go from what's inside right down. Ooh, let's see my very touchy mouse. From there, I think there's more down here too. I'm going to have to grab all that afterwards, but I'm going to grab this here. Going to copy, head back over to my products, and I'm just in here again. And I'm going to go Control V, and I'll just bring that up one more line, I think. Whoops. Okay, so I've got that all in there, which is cool. This product is actually not a standard product. We're going to make this a digital product, by the way. All right, so we've got the product name, we've got the description, and we've got the summary description, right, which is what we need. Category. All right, we're just going to add a new category. I'm going to put in here e-commerce, and then just create. All right, and we're going to make that the default category, not the home, but the e-commerce category is the default category for this particular product, because you might have other categories as well. So you don't all want them. I want them to be under home. All right. Tags, you can put tags in. I'm just going to put e-commerce again, comma, and then I'm just going to put in like master. What did it say before? I had mastery. It should be mastery of e-commerce. Mastery of e-commerce. So I'm going to make that a tag as well. Mastery of e-commerce. And I'm just going to put one more. I mean, it doesn't matter how many tags you put in there. If you've got the time to put them in there, put them in there. Again, ask ChatGPT, for some tags that you can stick in there. And one more I'm going to do is mastering e-commerce. Oops. Mastering e-commerce. All right, that's it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a brand. Well, the reason why I did the brand first is that sometimes when you come into here, you can't add a brand. All right, and when you can't add a brand, once you click on that and you can't add a brand, you can't save the whole thing. You literally have to restart all over again. I've been caught out of that many times. So always good to add the brand first before you create the product description and stuff like that. So now that I've got the brand there, I can actually just click on it, the download hub, because that's the name of the store. All right, the download hub. Does this product have an associated file? Yes, it does. It does actually have an associated file. Okay, which would be the one that I uploaded. Okay, so I'm gonna upload images. And let me just go back. You won't see this, but I'm going to go into where the file is on my desktop here. And because it's a zip file, I need to extract it and just see if there's got any images in there. Maybe I should show you this actually. I'm going to stop share and then I'm going to share something else. Okay. Let me see how I can do this. Stop screen. Okay. So I'm going to just share my my other thing here. Share screen. Window. Here it is. Cool. All right. So stage. So this is where my file is, right? And I've just actually extracted the mastery of, that's a zip file. I've extracted it, and I'm going to look in here to see what I've got, see if I've got any images in there. There's nothing. There's the PDF, and then there's also the. So here's the thing, right? You only get the mastery of e-commerce PDF as well as the Word doc for it. So that's where you can make your changes. If you wanted to make some changes, you could make it in the Word doc, and then you can actually recreate the PDF again. But there's no images in there, which is fine. I'm not too worried about that. But I could basically use something else. So I'm just going to stop share on that one. Excuse me. And let's just get back to where I was before. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where I am. My products. And add that back to the stage. Okay. All right, so I've got no images there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have something. I think I've got something on my desktop or something that I can actually use as an image. And let me just have a quick look here. Yep, I have. I'm going to put that one on there. Oh, hang on. I might grab another one. Different one. Actually, I might grab, no, I'll just grab one. And sorry guys, I'm just going to try and grab an image that I want to stick in there that I think would be really cool. Problem when you got too many things all over the place. It's kind of like trying to find stuff. It's crazy. Okay, I'm just going to use this one. Yeah. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could actually create a Canva kind of look with an image of it and put the wording on it, like they mastery of e-commerce. But I've just got an image here, so that's cool. Product videos, there is no video. So yeah, we don't actually have that. What else have we got here? Let me just go through this. I want to make sure. Display product details and features. Price. Okay. We'll leave that there. There is no videos. We'll leave that as it is. Scroll down a wee bit. We've got no variants, so there's no size or color or anything like that. I'm not going to worry too much about a discount. Display product on the website. Yes, we want that on there. We can use it as a single. Okay, so here's another thing that you can actually do. You can set this product as the home page, which you could actually make it a single product web page if you like. So if you're just selling one product, and you can make that a single product and set it as the home page. I'm not going to do that because I want to put other products on there. We don't want any more duplicates there. Upsells, we're not going to go into that. We don't have the related ones. Add a customization field. We don't need to do that. So one of the things that we are missing is actually the ability to link to the product is what we need to try and do here. So, okay, let me just make sure I haven't missed anything here. Yeah, digital product. Okay. Download hub tags associated. Oh, that's why. Yes, I should have put yes, not no. I thought I did actually have yes. All right, so I'm going to choose a file. So I didn't really need the URL. I did actually upload the file, but it looks like, and I think there have been some changes since the last time I've done this. It looks like that I can actually link the file straight into there. So I'm going to do that. So I've clicked on the was it here? I've clicked on choose a file. You can't see what I see, so a minute. Where we go here. Just going to try and find the file. And it will need to be the zip file as well, not the extracted file. Okay. So how many downloads are they allowed to download? Well, you can control that here. I'm just going to put one expiry date. You could put an expiry date on it if you want to. And I would say if you have a look at AppSumo, they have like a certain day that you can actually grab the product if you like. And I think that's what we should do here. So, all right, so the date's a little bit, the date that you see there says the 16th, because that's, I think it might be the 16th. No, it's not the 16th on your guys' end. Oh, I'm not sure. No, it's the 16th on my end. So it's Thursday here. So I'm going to, let's just say we'll give this like, I don't know, 30 days. So from the 16th of October to the 16th of November. All right. So we're going to make it that. We're not going to do number of days. We're just going to do the expiration date there. There is no weight stuff and all that thing to worry about because it is a digital download. Pricing, I'm just going to put in here $7.99. All right, and put whatever you want in there. Actually, let's make that $9.99. $9.99, and I'm not going to add any discount. Display product on website. Everywhere, basically where it needs to be, like if it's a related product, things like that. SEO, right? Okay, so meta title. Meta title is normally the title here, which is the mastery of e-commerce. So normally that populates. I'm not sure, just auto populates. Not sure why it hasn't done that here. Okay. It has populated the description. Oh, that's the friendly URL. Okay, so the meta title, I'm just going to put mastery of e-commerce. Again, I'm not doing any sort of lateral thinking on this one at the moment because this is just demonstration purposes. I might come back to this and actually just redo it all again. But like I said, get ChatGPT to actually help you out on this, and that will actually help you get all this stuff together without having to spend too much time. All right, so open graph markup. All right, so the OG title is basically, okay, we'll make it the same thing. OG meaning open graph. All right. Now, this is all kind of like SEO stuff. They say that SEO has gone out. Now it's AEO, which is Answer Engineering Optimization. So normally people are asking about, hey, what's a good course to do for e-commerce or how to master e-commerce? Those, what questions or those how to and, where can I sort of thing, those sorts of questions are always something that people put in when they're actually looking for something. A lot of people are now using ChatGPT for search options rather than just Google search. So there's a lot of, that's why it's becoming more of AI stuff now. It's all about AI. The OG description, again, I'm just going to copy this stuff here. You may want to put something different at the end of the day. It doesn't have to be the same as the meta description. I'm just going to put that in there. All right. And the OG image, I'm going to use the same OG image that I just used. Sorry, the same image I used for the product image. I'm just going to find that if I can again. Right, we're just about top of the hour, guys, so we're just about done here. Just got to find the image. You can, Nancy. Like, okay, Nancy just asked a question. You can use this. So this is not really a course. This is kind of like a guide sort of thing. It's not a mini course as such. So it's one of those downloadables that you can read and you can just follow. But if you wanted to use that, because you can actually format this to however you want, right? You can add that as an additional thing. So you can actually turn, like I mentioned before, you could probably turn this into a full-blown course. Right, and you can add your video in there, whether it's going to be you in the video or whether it's going to be like a faceless video where you have an avatar, AI avatar of yourself, going through the course. So you can do that as a full-blown course, right? And do the membership, do the whole group member stuff and everything else, right? And then you can just extend on that as well. So you can have things like, support, people being able to connect with you with different things, and and ongoing support, if you like, or ongoing, all that sort of stuff, right? But this one here is just a PLR product. Okay, it's just really a guide. So it's a more cost-effective thing where people can just download and read in their own time. So yeah, and it's it's only $9.99. So with a course, you might end up, they may have to pay like, I don't know, $49.99 a month or something like that. But with this particular one, it's just an easy download. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind looking into how to do that. And like I said, you can always promote the other side of it, which is the more full-blown thing that you want to do as a course or a membership. All right, just got to figure out where I am now. Images. Okay, I'm going to get an OG image. I just want to get an OG image. I'm not going to use the same one that I used before. I'm going to have one here, which is just a business. Why did it not come up? Oh, here we go. A woman sitting at a laptop, right? So that's her. So this is like for social media. If you're doing anything like posting and social media, things like that, and you put a link to, say, to your website, things like that, this is going to kind of show up. This is going to be like the default image, like in the default image in the search engines and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. So we've done all that. We've got the image, OG image. So let's just go through, make sure we've got everything we need. We've got the product name. We've done the full description here. Not all of it, actually. Hang on. Let's go back to here. I want to get this last bit here. All right. So I'm going to just put that to the bottom. I'm just going to enter and paste. Not sure why. I'm just going to get rid of that thing there. Okay, so that was the last bit of it. Also, we've got all that. We've got the category, which is under e-commerce. The brand is the brand of the web, like the name of the website. We've got the tags. Yes, this is a digital product and it expires. Expiry date. Actually, hang on. We need to actually probably. No, we need to probably do this differently. We'll clean that out. We need to put 30 days. It can't be from what date to another date. It's from whenever, 30 days from whenever they actually download it. All right. Just as well, check this. All right. So we've got the, let's choose the file. Let me go back to, I thought I already chose the file. Anyway, product mastery. And oh yeah, that is there. I just saw the zip, but okay. So there's the file. We've got the file. We've got the image that you see in the product page. There's no video. You can do a video if you want to. We've got the price. Don't worry about compare price unless you want to say it was like $19.99, but now it's $9.99. You can do something like that if you want to. You can put a SKU if you want to, but really I wouldn't worry too much about that at this point. All right, so I think we've got everything. We're just going to save. And what's happened? There we go. Yep, that's saved. So settings have been updated. Now, the other thing is if you spend too long, this is what happens in the, oh, sorry. If you spend too long, right, there we go. I think you guys have all seen this anyway. If you spend too long doing this page, right? If you actually, it could actually time out, which means that you'll lose pretty much everything there because before you got a chance to save it. So try not to spend too long on this page here. It has happened to me in the past. I'm not sure if that's something that has been addressed or fixed or anything like that, but try not to spend too long doing all the stuff on here. If you do, if you are spending it, you feel you're spending a long time on it, what I would do intermittently is just every now and then click save. All right, click save. You'll still stay on the same page, but click save. Now, if you want to save and exit, you don't have to save and exit. You just go exit, and it will save on its way out. Okay, so you don't have to repeat the process of saving when you're exiting the page. All right, so let's have a preview. I'm going to just actually preview this. And there you go. All right, they can add to the cart. You don't have to have the sale ends after blah, blah, blah. You can actually change all that. You can put more images in there, all that sort of stuff. All the stuff here, like dressing up the product page, what it looks like and all that, and putting your logo, that is done in the builder. I think we covered that in previous sessions, but that is all done in the builder side of things. All right, so, but yeah. I don't know if I go and click on there, will it go to a home page? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you can actually do all that in there as well. I'll just quickly show you the builder side of it, just so that you know where you can make all those changes. We come over to, all right, we'll just come back to here. If you push exit, all right, that'll just, as you can see, settings have been updated, which means they have been saved. Now it's going to exit. And once it exits, we're going to come to here. I'm going to come to the builder here. So this is the builder page. And what I just showed you before, which was this one here, okay, is in the builder page. So if I come here, that's it here. So you can change the image in here by clicking on this part here, come over to the three dots here, and then you can see there's an image there. You can just delete that. Once you delete that, you can upload an image, and I'll just upload an image. Yeah, I'll just upload any image, by the way. It might be worth maybe next week actually covering the builder side of it, and that way then you guys will get a good idea what that's all about. Here's an image I'm just going to put in there. Now, unlike group pages, you don't actually have a gallery of images that you can go back into and that have already been uploaded. You literally have to upload. If you delete the image and you want to use it again, you have to literally upload it again in order to see it again. So this is quite a big image. So, but anyway, all right. So the transparency on this, like the opacity, I should say. If you want to change opacity on this, you come back over again. You come onto these three dots. Everything is happening on this side here. There's the background overlay opacity, and then you can just lighten it like that. Okay. All right. You can change your heading here by simply just double clicking on it, highlighting it all, and putting your title there, your subtitle here. Over here, right. So if you click on this, new arrivals, that product that we just done, you can get that to show up on the page here. So if I click on this, settings, all right, select products. Now, select product by name, whatever. Okay, I'm just going to put A and see what it's. I've got mastery of e-commerce. So I didn't even know what it started. I couldn't remember what it started with, but it's mastery of e-commerce. I'm going to select that, and it's going to add that product to the page. And again, I've done it again, haven't I, Nancy? Let's start again. Right, again, image. If I'm going to delete this one here, I just delete here. And if I want to add it, like I said, it does not have a gallery where it holds all these images. So I have to upload the image again, like so. It'll come up very shortly. It's just, that's quite a big file. So it'll come up. Is just in probably a minute. I was going to ask about the OG image. Thanks for answering what it is. No, all good. All good. Doug? You do not see the 3 dots, Nancy. Okay, here. If I click on the image here, all right, come up to the left here. You see the 3 dots there. Click on that. That'll open up the side panel here. Maybe you said that before I showed you the whole, before I actually came back to the screen here. But anyway, and the opacity, again, click on the 3 dots, come over to the background opacity. You can make this color anything you want, blue if you want to, red, whatever. That's just not too bad. And then you can actually change the opacity. So if you want to put a real red on it, then you can do that. But otherwise, you know, just want to tinge your red to make it look a little bit more, I don't know, sunsetty, if you like. Then you can do that. I think that's a brown color, not really a red color, but anyway, that's okay. I'll go with that. And this one here. Okay, so I'll just I'll revert the changes that I did on this one. So I'm just going to come to here, and I'm going to undo that. All right. So in the new arrivals, all right, I just select the product. So I come over to here, come to here, into the cogwheel. Go to select products. The product that I added was called Mastery of E-commerce. I'm just going to go by name. I'm going to put M because it started with Mastery. There it is there. I'm going to click on that. And now I've got that showing up on my front page, right there. And you do that with all the other products as well, like all the other new arrivals. If you've got other products, it's the same thing here. Same principle applies here. I think that's maybe one of the same. I'm not sure. I'll see what these ones do. Yeah, okay, so categories. So you can see I've got a home category, e-commerce category is missing. You'll probably figure that out. We may actually do just a session on this next week, actually. I think we will. Just so that we can dress up this page here, right? And make it look like it's all ready to go. All right, so far that's it. We chose a product. Let me just remove this and put me up there. We chose a product, a PLR product. The link to that particular site should be in there. They do actually have like a one-time fee thing. So if you can find it, hopefully they've still got it. But if you can find it, grab it, you know, because then you get all the rights, everything. You don't have to pay any more. And I can't remember how much it was, but I do know it is in there. You're welcome, Nancy. And so we chose a product, downloaded it, uploaded it, and we did all the product description, everything else. One important thing to do, a couple of important things to remember on a final note is make sure you create a brand first before you actually create your product, because when you get to that part where you got to add a brand and you don't have one in there, it's not going to save the product. Like all the work that you've done, it's not going to save it. You can't save it and then go back to creating the brand again. You have to create the brand first. And then once the brand is created, then once you actually choose that, then you can actually save it, which is kind of funny. But anyway, it's a thing. The other thing is don't spend too long on that page creating all the descriptions and stuff like that, because it could time out. And again, you could lose whatever you were doing. So save intermittently, like every 5 minutes. If you're going to spend like probably more than 10, 15 minutes on there, save every 5 minutes just to make sure, or after you've done something, just save it up the top. You don't have to go exit, just save. Then when you do exit, you don't need to save first. You just go exit and it will save on its way out. All right. That's me, guys. We will do the homepage next week. Dress that up a wee bit, make it look nice, do the colors and add all the products and things like that. I'll probably do more products before then, so that I can show you how you can lay out all your products up on the main page, and then start selling PLR products. I can tell you this much now: products like like how-to guides, how-to videos, mini courses that are cost effective, like just instant downloadables, like I just showed you there, $9.99, and mastery of e-commerce. They're very, very popular. PLR products are very popular. I've got another website where I don't just sell physical products, but I also sell PLR products, and I sell a lot of those, and they sell for something like about $17.99, $18.99, sometimes over the $20 mark. And you can just imagine, if you've got a platform like Entrepedia where you can add to it, you can add your own videos and you can make it your own. You can customize it so that it has all your branding. You can put yourself as an author, everything. You can use it as a base product for a bigger product. Then you can charge more, okay, for some of those PLR products. So, yeah, pretty much. I'll just have a look at the question there. Programming is a challenge in the updates. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You're welcome, Dr. Lisa. You're welcome, Tyra. And you're welcome to Doug. Thanks for joining us, man. Good to have you. It's always good to have a fellow Kiwi. We had one the other week as well. He was up in Auckland, so it was all really cool. And again, he was a bit like you. He's just been away for a while, come back, get back into it. This is a great time to get back into Groove again, and check out the Scale Plus, scaleplus.gg. Check it out. And if you're an entrepreneur, online entrepreneur, you're looking at maybe doing some side hustles and things like that. You may be working a full-time job, but you're doing some online stuff at the same time, just for create that an extra income, and possibly one day you could take it on as a career. Those sorts of things. Have a look at Scale Plus, and it's a good time to get in right now, because you get a discount on the yearly cost for the other apps, which are really, really cool as well. So I think it's about 27 apps plus more that we're going to end up getting. But yeah. Okay, guys, that's me. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys next week. I promise. We'll cover the whole site building stuff, make the homepage look really nice and all that sort of stuff. So I'll see you next week, and have a great week, and bye for now.
You gotta get into the groove.